John, you may be surprised, but I'm actually really excited about something next year. And guess one thing what it might be.
Not sure.
Well,
That's a
you
trick
probably
question.
you probably want to guess it anyways, but it's going to be taxes.
Oh,
So I know it's not normally what you would look forward to, but of all the factors that are tying into inflation, the only good thing is that basically to help fight how inflation affects us, an average family,
yeah,
the IRS basically changes kind of rules along with it. So that's including where the income brackets are and excitedly more for me personally, but also the standard deduction because
yeah.
I've already kind of done my calculations and it doesn't look like the bracket's going to change too much. But now, let me start off by saying, other than the fact that do your own research, check how this will affect you and all that, because it's complicated.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a lot of this from CNBC, so I'm trusting their numbers. But this will affect people differently. So one thing that was kind of boosting inflation is everybody's salary seemed to be raising. So
Yeah.
if your salary raised like crazy, you were just boosting that,
Yeah.
then this may not be targeted for you, but for those that kind of stayed at least a little bit at the level where they are, this could be big. Because basically, yeah, the tax brackets, have gotten higher.
Yeah.
So, for instance, CNBC kind of has it. So if you're 10% below, there's no tax. But if you're kind of at the next bracket, which is in for this last year it's 10,276. Now it's been boosted to $11,001. So like
Yeah.
you have to make that to be taxed at the 12%. And so for instance, if you made, let's talk kind of more what average people would be. So if you made $41,776, you would have been taxed 22%. And now like if you made 42, you would have been bumped up. Well, good news, you're back in. You're back in
Yeah.
the lower tax bracket. So if
Yes.
you have $44,000, 726, that'll be the new cap. And that's about a difference of $3,000. And this is actually something that kind of like a lot of our tax system, kind of the wealthier you are and the bigger the
Yeah.
difference is. But it's still really good. So again, it's going to help keep up with just the rising cost of everything. And what's particularly kind of more, I don't know, just understandable is the
Hmm.
standard deduction. So for single filers, it was $900, but it's oh sorry, the standard deduction is going up by about that much. So it's now 13,850. So being 900 reverse, it would have been 12,950, give or take. And for joint filers, the amount is increasing by $1,800 for a total standard deduction of $27,700. And this is what, according to CNBC, 90% of all U.S. tax filers
Hmm.
use. It's just the flat amount and that reduces your taxable income. So, yeah, that's exciting. The earned income tax credit, that's improving. And one worry for a lot of people. So, there's some positive news for Social Security in that the payouts were going to be increasing, but people were worried their tax burdens would be increasing too. But this will help with that. And they're
Yeah.
looking to kind of work that out. I know that was a lot,
Yeah.
but but yeah, is that
No, it's good.
exciting to you?
It's good. It's good information for sure. I personally don't keep up with stuff like this at all, so it's kind of cool to hear you speak on it. And I actually pulled up IRS as you were speaking, and there's a lot of new stuff that they're bringing out. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like that because this is the kind of stuff that could get if it were like a political thing, and politics has kind of affected this some. Different bills have changed kind of the rate it's going up and all that. But if
Yeah.
this were something that were be like minimum wage voted on every year, then
Hmm.
it'd probably still be super low. The same way minimum wage is not what current actual minimum wage really
Yeah.
essentially is. We've talked about this. $15, you basically need to be making that. But that's not the official rate. But thankfully, this is tied to those inflation metrics. Otherwise, we'd probably all be getting screwed all the time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's one of those things where, again, I think a lot of us at least got some increases, whether it was enough to fight inflation or not. If it wasn't enough to fight inflation, I feel this definitely helps you. But even
Hmm.
if you got a little more and you were worried, because it's one of the weird things in our system where you want to make more money, but if it puts you into that higher tax bracket, that could technically mean you make less overall. Well, now hopefully families, individuals will have less to fear when dealing with their taxes. And that is why I'm excited about taxes. So you
Sounds
don't get to
good.
quote me on that often, but
That's funny.
but yeah. So we'll have to let you all know. There's a number of things I love that we get to talk about where it's like we're talking about it now, but we're going to see in a year.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, depending on when you watch this, maybe we'll have a follow-up video that we can, share
Yeah.
here.
On this exact day next year, we're talking about taxes.
Yeah, yeah. And we'll see, how depressed I am or how excited I still am. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, for all of that and so much more, keep following us on chat room. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you want to watch. And we
Hmm.
appreciate you being here.
Click that red button.
Oh, yeah.